In the heart of an ancient kingdom, a haunting melody drifted through the narrow streets of a forgotten village. Khalil, a young scholar with a thirst for knowledge, was drawn to the eerie tune that seemed to come from nowhere. He stood at the edge of the village square, his heart pounding as the music grew louder, echoing through the night. "What's that noise?" Murtaza, his childhood friend, whispered in awe, eyes wide with fear. "It is coming from the old temple," Khalil said in a hushed voice. "We need to go there." The friends approached the old temple. Once it had been majestic. Now ivy covered the once white stones, and rot covered it all. When they stepped inside, the air was icy cold, and the music seemed to envelop them, filling their minds with dread. The interior of the temple was dim and menacing, with shadows dancing on the walls as their torches flickered. Zain, the village blacksmith, joined Khalil and Murtaza with his hammer at the ready. "This place gives me the creeps," he muttered, glancing around nervously. Suddenly, the melody ceased, leaving a sense of heavy silence. "Do you hear that?" asked Sulaiman, the village healer, his voice trembling. Before anyone could say a word, a figure appeared at the end of the hallway, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. The friends exchanged terrified glances, knowing they had stumbled upon something far more sinister than they had anticipated. When the figure came closer, his features became clearer, a ghostly apparition of a long-forgotten priest. "You shouldn't be here," the ghost whispered, his voice echoing through the temple. "The curse of the melody binds all who enter." Ayesha, Khalil's sister, came in view, her eyes wide with fear. "What curse?" she asked, holding her amulet. The spirit's eyes locked onto Ayesha. In ancient times, a forbidden tune was played to summon the spirits of the dead. The melody holds dark power, and those who hear it are doomed to a fate worse than death. The friends knew they had to find a way to break the curse before it consumed them all. Determined to find the truth, the group ventured deeper into the temple. They found a hidden chamber whose walls were covered with cryptic symbols and ancient artifacts. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and the oppressive silence was broken only by their anxious whispers. Naima, the village storyteller, studied the symbols. "These markings tell of a ritual that can break the curse," she said, her voice filled with determination. "But it requires a sacrifice." The friends exchanged uneasy glances, knowing the path ahead would be fraught with danger and difficult choices. In the middle of the room was a dusty scroll, its edges frayed with age. Khalil unrolled it carefully, and an intricate map unfolded before him, pulsing with dark energy. "This must lead to the source of the melody," he said, narrowing his eyes in concentration. Rabia, the village seer, reached out and placed her hand on the scroll, her eyes glazing over. "The path is treacherous," she whispered. "Beware the shadows that lurk within." As the friends studied the map, the walls of the chamber seemed to close in around them, and the temperature dropped even further. Under the guidance of the map, the group made their way into the Forest of Whispers. It was a place of mystery and fear, where trees stood tall and menacing, their branches intertwining like the gnarled fingers of ancient spirits. The air was thick with unnatural fog, and every rustle of leaves sent shivers down their spines. "This forest has a mind of its own," the village hunter said, his voice steady but wary. "Keep close. Keep your wits about you." As they wandered deeper into the forest, whispers grew louder. Their minds rang with the awful warnings and incomprehensible messages. It is such as after hours through the dangerous thicket that suddenly they spotted a secret clear glade within. In its center stood this ancient stone of an altar decorated with strange-looking runes and engulfed by misty apparitions. The ambiance was charged up with an electric energy, which seemed to carry the haunting song from the land itself. "We're getting close," whispered Khalil, his voice muffled. The source is here. Sahar, the village healer, stepped forward with determination in her eyes. "We have to break the curse with the ritual," she said unflinchingly. "But first, we have to decode the runes." As they struggled to decipher the ancient symbols, the apparitions sat quietly, their eyes filled with a mix of sadness and hope. With the runes deciphered, they prepared to carry out the ritual. The instructions were clear, but the price was steep. One life must pay in order to break the curse. They shared uneasy glances with one another, knowing the severity of the situation. "We have no choice," Ayesha said as her voice trembled. "We have to save our village." As they started the ritual, the ground trembled, and ghostly apparitions circled around them with a mix of hope and fear on their faces. The melody grew louder, resonating through their very souls. Just when the ritual reached its climax, a figure emerged from the shadows, a former friend turned betrayer. Zain's eyes widened in shock as he recognized the face of his long-lost brother, now consumed by darkness. "You cannot break the curse," the betrayer sneered, his voice dripping with malice. "The melody is mine to control." A fierce battle ensued, the friends fighting desperately to complete the ritual while fending off their treacherous foe. The ground shook, and the melody grew more chaotic, threatening to consume them all. With a last, desperate attack, Khalil brought down the traitor with a heavy heart to the fall of his foe, and the trembling earth subsided, and the cacophonous melody slowly receded. The comrades rallied, even more resolute than before. "We must complete the ritual," said Naima, her voice firm now. "The curse is far from broken." As they resumed the ritual, the air grew thick with a palpable tension, and the ghostly apparitions watched with bated breath. As the ritual neared its conclusion, the friends faced the harsh reality of the required sacrifice. Murtaza, with a heavy heart, stepped forward, his eyes filled with determination and acceptance. "I will do this," he said, his voice unwavering. "For the village and for all of you." With utmost resolve, the friends completed the ritual, all their hearts in agony due to the weight of their loss. The melody almost reached its crescendo, while the ground was shaken by a fierce force. The ghostly apparitions disappeared from view as the ritual ended, as if gentle silence followed the haunting melody. Their expressions are filled with gratitude and relief. "The curse is broken," Rabia whispered, her eyes full of tears. Murtaza's sacrifice was not in vain. The friends stood silently, their hearts full of pain and relief. The forest exhaled as if in relief, its oppressive atmosphere lightening. Now that the curse had been broken, the friends moved on towards the village. It was a long, somber journey with the weight of experience crushing down upon them. As they reached the village, they found hope and renewal. The villagers, unaware of the sacrifice of the friends, welcomed them with open arms, full of gratitude in their hearts. "The melody is gone," Khalil said, his voice filled with relief. "The village is safe." The days that passed healed the village. The temple, once haunted, was rebuilt, and the Forest of Whispers regained its beauty. The friends were never the same after their experience, but knew they saved their home. Ayesha, Naima, and Sahar spent their days documenting the history of the village to ensure the legend of the doomed melody was never forgotten. "We must remember," Ayesha said, determination in her voice, "so that future generations may learn from our sacrifices." As the years went by, life in Khuldabad improved. No trace of the evil melody was left. Instead, there was hope and unity in the village. The friends, now a legend, still protected the village from all threats. "The past may be dark," Zain said, his voice full of wisdom, "but it has taught us the strength of our unity and the power of our resolve." The villagers embraced what they learned from the past. That would mean never repeating mistakes that led to the curse. Years later, Whispers of the forgotten tune came back into the air, as if the melody itself refused to be silenced. Strange occurrences started to plague the village again, and the friends knew their journey was far from over. "We must find what's causing this new darkness," Khalil said, his voice dripping with determination. "The curse may have returned." With heavy hearts, the friends gathered once more, this time prepared to face the unknown. As they made their way back to the ancient temple, they felt the familiar chill in the air, enveloped once again by the oppressive atmosphere of the past. Inside the temple, the friends discovered a hidden passage that led to a secret chamber. The walls were covered in ancient runes, and the air was thick with the scent of decay. In the center of the chamber stood a dark figure, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. "You cannot stop me," the figure hissed, its voice filled with malice. "The melody will never be silenced." With unflinching determination, the friends stood before the dark figure, their hearts full of resolve to protect their village. The air was electric with dark energy, and the sound of that haunting melody seemed to echo through the chamber as the fierce battle unfolded. And with the climax of the battle, Khalil drew out the amulet that once broke the curse. In an instant of bright light, the dark figure vanished, and the music ended abruptly, leaving eerie silence. With the dark figure defeated and the melody hushed again, the village of Khuldabad slowly began to heal. The friends knew their journey was not in vain, and the sacrifices were made for the safety of their home. And with time, the story of the accursed melody turned into a legend, reminding all of the strength of unity and the strength of the human spirit. The friends continued to defend their village, their bond forged in the crucible of their shared experiences. If you like The Forgotten Tune, feel free to subscribe to Zain Story. Be sure to write your comment as well, for that we appreciate to hear all that you're living through while commenting on us in the section provided below. Catch us later where more chilling past secrets will surface on our upcoming ventures. We really appreciate for going through with this journey together. Remember, the light within you always is powerful against the surrounding darkness.